Hey, good evening, everyone. We got Aaron,
Hello?
Ava.
Yo.
Aaron's a driver of the 14R Rakoski Family Racing Junior Predator machine. Ava is driver of the 9R Rakoski Family Racing Junior Predator machine in 2019. We're going to do a quick recap of our season, and then we're going to go right into some questions submitted by our social media followers. So, let's see here. What do we do for 2019? So 2019 was an interesting year because we started out with some plans to run with the Wing Champs down at Dodge and Wing Champ Racing Series. We're going to try to chase some of the series races with both Ava and Aaron, but life happens and we had kind of had to scrap that idea. So we're trying to figure out a way that we could get into some racing this year and try to do it at an affordable cost. And we got together with the local Lawnmower Racing, the 518 LMRO. We've been involved with the organization as a racing team off and on for about 5 years now. Got together with the president down there and we came up with a new class to race down there. So I'm going to let the kids give you an idea of what we did, and then I'll fill in the blanks. We'll go into our recap real quick, and then we'll get to your questions. So what did we come up with as far as the class goes that you guys raced? That was very exciting. Ava, let's start with you. What did we do? Okay, yeah, she's right. We took go-karts to a go-kart chassis, and what do we do, Aaron?
We took a go-kart chassis, added lawnmower tires to it, a check clutch, and a prayer board.
Very good. Yeah, we took a go-kart chassis. We took the nose off. We ran the sides. We have specs for the tires and rims, and and for the motor and for the clutch. There was no minimum weight, so there was no lead, and they ran. There was machines with the 518 LMRO as a class, and they were very successful. It's a lot of fun. How much fun did you guys have this year?
A lot.
Right. Just send it. Right. Exactly. So we're looking forward to 2020. They ran in what class did you guys run in this year?
Junior Predator.
Junior Predator.
5 to 9 novice.
No, 5 to 9. We added the novice class later on as we had another kid come in. So they ran the 5 to 9 Junior Predator. And they're going to be moving up into which class next year, guys?
Senior?
The junior,
10 to
15. We call the 10 to 15, right? We call that the Junior Predator. The difference between the two classes is there is a Stage 1 performance kit that you add to the motors. Gives it a little more horse, a little more get up and go. So for 2019, we ran 8 races. And Aaron had 6 feature wins to Ava's 2, but they were consistent. And Ava only finished 29 points behind Aaron in the season points. But this year, we're not really focusing on the points. We were just focusing on getting the machines dialed in. Ava, this was her very first year of racing, getting her comfortable in the seat and trying to grow the class. And these guys were great ambassadors for the class. They did phenomenal when the new kid come in and was racing with them, and it would Chase, right? You got Chase, yeah. So he raced with you guys. And what did you think about Chase?
He was pretty good. I got stuck behind him a few times. It was a hard time getting
The only
around
thing
him.
about moving up is I'm going to be 9 and she's going to be 11.
Well, I'm going to move you up because you are good, and I want other kids to. We're trying to grow the class here, and these guys are great ambassadors for the class with how well they race. They're very respectful on the track. And they were, I know, and they were, and they raced very well with each other. They raced very well with Chase, and we're looking forward to having some more kids involved in the class next year. So, that being said, we do have some people to thank. So I'm gonna round off some names, and I want you guys to thank these guys as well. So we want to thank All Brand Cleaners and Sewing Center.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We want to thank Dylan Freeball Photography.
Thank you.
Dylan.
We want to thank DH Graphics.
Thank you.
We want to thank Rakoski Small Engine Repair, LLC.
Thank you, Daddy.
Want to thank NASCAR Low Teams,
Thank you.
Cards to Plaques,
Thank you.
Heather's Antiques,
Thank you.
Kegel's Towing,
Thank you.
Thank you.
and More to Music.
Thank you.
Yeah,
And-
more to music. Thank you very much.
Thank
Which
you,
I
Greg.
have I got the fitted right there. All right. Check that out. So, and we are supporting adrenal cancer awareness and also alcoholism awareness. So let's get to our questions here. And so we have some cool questions, and these all came from Twitter. So thanks for following us on Twitter and being involved. Give me a second here. Let me bring it back up. So, guys, say something that you liked about the racing season while I'm doing this.
Well, we had a fun racing season, and next year we're gonna have more fun. And I don't know. I'm just guys. It's gonna be so much fun. I had a great year racing here, and when I was racing, when I was in the lead until I got stuck behind Chase, and then Aaron took the lead back. I was so close of winning a race until I got stuck behind Chase. I wanted to go on the outside, but instead he moved up, so I took the inside, and then all of a sudden I see Aaron coming on the inside and passing me.
So this race was like at least 2 weeks ago, and you can see how much passion Ava has for her first year and how much she remembers. And this, as a dad, this is really cool for me to watch. So, Aaron,
and also, I'll tell you a good secret. Dodge City's better.
What I liked about this year's season is that even though it was Ava's first year, she only had one bad crash.
Yep.
Just one.
No, actually two.
You spun out.
No, I jumped a cone and then I hit a cone and then I spun out and you hit me.
But then I spun out and then you hit me.
So that doesn't count. That's not a crash.
Yeah, I spun out and you hit me. And
I know,
you
but that
spun
doesn't
out
count as
and
my
I hit
crash.
you. Yes, it does.
I had to.
You were involved.
you guys are cracking. This is literally every night on the way home after the race, and then the next day, and all next week. It's great. These guys have so much passion for racing. It's phenomenal.
I'm
to
gonna
watch.
beat this dude up.
All right, so here we go. We got some questions coming in from at TNT Network 61. Taz Taylor says, compare the bond you guys had before and after this season. Did it grow or stay about the same? So you guys before the season and to now, you guys growing closer as brother and sister, did it stay the same or get better?
It kind of got a lot better.
Yeah, so
He's my bro now. He's my good bro.
So in what ways did it get better? Let's...
Because since we were racing together and having a good competition, we were beating each other up. We were saying stuff about each other, like good stuff, and we were having so much fun out there. It was like so much fun competition.
Nice, Aaron.
We were trying to reach each other's fists, but we couldn't do it, so we had to do that.
Yeah, ready? This is how we did it.
So I'll say, as their team owner and dad, first and foremost, the bond that these guys have had as they've gone throughout the racing season, it's been fun to watch. Because being out on the track, they've been forced to respect each other, and then watching them in the pits as they sit and they talk about, and they would say, oh, on the heat race or the feature race, and they were sitting there talking it out, and you did this, and you did this, and they were all congratulating each other and giving each other high fives.
About
and
strategy.
right,
And
it was really fun to watch as they came together closer as siblings. Let's see. Next question comes from, I think it's Kemo, at KEMMO Cup Series asks, what are your favorite moments from this season?
Let's see. I think beating him up. Well, no, not actually.
Having my first win ever.
You had a lot of.
Yeah, but the only reason I got my first win is because it's her first year. She was pretty good because she races on your car.
Okay, this is probably my favorite part. Okay, our uncle Jacob Cagle, he was racing out with Aaron on our track. We have one in our yard, and then so Jacob was riding his and he was riding mine. So when Aaron was coming, he crashed my cart, and then both the side flips came off. And I was like, really? Okay, that's gonna be my favorite part. At least it was her cart, not mine.
Ava's favorite part of the season was actually in our backyard track that we have here. That's awesome.
And also having fun.
Anything else?
Wait.
Being able to
jumping a cone.
Being able to actually drive something.
Yeah.
Instead of just going left, left. You're actually going left, right, straight, left, right, straight, left, right, straight.
Yeah, once you get going, and if you if you race at Dodge City is a great track. If you go on that one, you can go full speed all the way around the corners and all the way around the track.
So what Aaron is telling is he's explaining. He raced a flat cart last year, box stock class, and we, in designing the rules package for the Predator class, if any parents are watching this or thinking of getting their kids into it, we took what we didn't like about kart racing, we chucked it out the window. So there's no tire game. You're not going to win or lose a race depending upon if you get out tired by someone else. And the motor, there's no motor game because all of the motor work and motors, aside from the motor work aside from the adult open class, goes through the 500 LMRO. And there's only one of two people who will ever touch your motor, and there will be no shenanigans. So that's what Aaron is talking about, because he's able to learn how to drive on dirt. And he was very excited about it. So they had a lot of fun. So next question. Very good answers, guys. We comes from AmeriCorps Financial at AmeriCorps USA on Twitter. Says, no doubt you both improved your skills. What was the most valuable lesson you learned or aspect of racing that you discovered during this last season? So what's the one thing, what's the best thing that you learned or discovered from racing from this past season? Ava, you go.
Well, one lesson is when I was racing at Four Corners, I gotta steer better and try not to run into a cone and jump it again. And also try not to use so much force to get out of the turn and try to get back up, because when I turned, I spun out on the straightaway and Aaron hit my side, so it hurt. And what I learned about racing is just pay attention to the flagger. Very
good. All good things. You learned how to learn some driving skills and some paying attention to the flagger.
Don't worry about the driver in front of you. Just look at the flagger.
There you go. Aaron?
What I learned this year, can't believe I'm about to say this. Really, no offense if you're watching. The Charleston Four Corners track is about the terriblest track that I've been to in my entire life. And what I've learned is that the rock in turn one is a big pain in the butt.
All right,
Dodge
so
City's the best. Go race there.
All right, so why don't we try not to bash tracks? I get what you're saying. There are tracks that we like to race at more than others, but as far as the racing goes, because you've raced before, Aaron, so what is one thing that you can take away? Ava said, hey, I really learned about driving and about paying attention to the flagger, because your first year racing, all good things.
Controlling speed.
Right. So you're learning. You learned a lot this year for your first year. So Aaron, in your second year, first year in this class, is there something that you can take away? One thing that you can take away that you learned?
That can you kind of describe it? To push Ava down the straightaway when she's not going?
That's just odd.
To push Ava down the straightaway. That's all you learned from this year?
No, I also learned that.
I love these kids.
Oh, you want to push me? I'll push you.
Even though that she's good, I still had fun.
Yay.
That's good. Aaron was very encouraging to his sister, and he was very happy for her when she would win, and because he wanted her to get better. So I think I'll take all that away. Say what Aaron learned is I would say sportsmanship on the racetrack. He was very encouraging toward his sister, even when she was beating him, especially the last race, the motor race at Dodge City. She had him covered in the feature. And he knew it, and he was okay with that. So, which is important, because we want all the other drivers to improve. We want to grow the class.
I'll tell you something, folks.
Very good.
He let me win at Dodge City for my late birthday present.
Aaron was very good. He had quote unquote motor problems, and Ava was able to get her first win. So, and our last question comes from B&K Properties. B&K Properties on Twitter. Ooh, this is a good one. What is your dream car, both on and off the track?
my dream car.
Yeah, if
What
you
is
had
that?
one car you could drive, like, on the road, or one car, and one car you could drive on the track. So, what car would you like for your road car?
I don't.
What? Ava, go on.
What I would like to ride on the road is a pink car with black stripes coming from the hood over the window. That it's a Dodge Challenger.
Ooh, okay.
And also, I would like a Wing Champ, Wonder Woman on it.
I think what I would like for the road is a Mustang,
Okay.
and for the dirt is a dirt car.
What kind?
I think it's the modified dirt cars.
The ones we watch up at Fonda?
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants to drive a Northeast Dirt Modified. And you want to drive what on the track, Ava?
A Wing Champ.
Why a Wing Champ?
I kind of think it has more protection for your head.
Because it has a it has a cage on it?
Yes!
Yeah, we like cages. They protect us.
And I want
So-
Wonder Woman on it.
So very good. Ava wants Wonder Woman. So take a look out for a Wonder Woman scheme on Ava's machine next year. So guys, so that wraps up our season wrap up for 2019. Thank you so much to our sponsors and our supporters, our fans, and everyone who's watched this video and who follows us both on social media and who is involved in all sorts of ways. Any last words, guys, before we sign off?
Ready? Aaron? Jen.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching. Ava and Aaron, say thank you to everyone out there for...
Thank you!
Thank you.
So, what are you most looking forward to for 2020? That's Dad's question to you guys. What are you most excited about? Ava?
Winning a feature.
Okay.
I want to win a feature.
Very good. I think you'll get that feature win next year. Aaron, what are you looking forward to for 2020?
Having good races side by side with a 2-year experienced driver.
Yes, that's right. Very good.
Have
That's
fun with
awesome.
him.
That's great.
Aaron, I'm going to beat you.
So, anyway, say thank you
Thank you.
Thank you.
and see you later.
See you later.